Shaun, at the cinema, you saw Firestarter. Now,
I did see Firestarter, yes.
this is another adaptation of a Stephen King story, which was done sometime in the '80s with Drew Barrymore in the lead role. As we were mentioning about, like, Drew Barrymore, and talking about the fact that the picture, if anybody can see this online, you can see the picture that Shaun has behind his head has not Drew Barrymore, but just her doppelganger. It's a bit like Haley Bennett, and how Haley Bennett and Jennifer Lawrence look really much alike. But anyway, so Firestarter, tell us a little bit about this, and tell us about what you thought.
How it was. Okay, well, I did. I've not seen, believe it or not, I've not seen the Drew Barrymore film, so I can't really compare it to the Drew Barrymore film. So I've gone to see this as a sort of standalone movie. Basically, it's a couple of students, university students, that were experimented on, and then they get together. They got married together, and they have someone. They have a daughter who's got some special gifts. And I mean, so, but it doesn't. The issue I had with it was suddenly the daughter. You have flashbacks to this sort of start of the relationship while everything's going on, and basically the couple have tried to escape from this place
that they were experimenting on.
They've taken the daughter with them, and they've been on the run. So basically they're on the run. Obviously, what's this place called? It's called The Shop. So The Shop, basically, where they do experiments a bit, like we've seen in other things before. So
Wolverine.
Yeah, those that type of thing. And there's an X-Men one, isn't there, where they go to a school and they get. But then, like, and then you've got this girl, I guess, I don't know if she's 11, 12, 13 maybe, who's got these powers. But I was thinking, well, if you've been on the run, with these powers, been trying to keep them down, but the father's got, because they've got, like, other powers as well.
So the father and the mother have powers. And
the father and mother have powers, and they have this daughter that's got other powers, but it goes straight.
I'm guessing from the title of the film, she has some sort of pyromaniac powers.
Yeah. She's a bit like the Human Torch, I guess, or the Pyro in the X-Men number 3 runs. So she can do that sort of stuff and melt people and what have you. Anyway, basically, they find out something happens, and they find out, and the mum and dad get captured, and the girl runs off. Through psychic phenomenon and other stuff, she manages to find out. And then there's this other character in it who can sort of is a bit teleconnected, says, "Oh, she's coming." Yeah. Then it goes into pretty standard fare, shall I say? But I have to say, I didn't mind it. In fact, the main issue was what happened to the period between when she was a baby. There is a little bit with the baby that you see, but that's it. It's the baby, and then it's the adolescent, the teenager thing. So all that time.
You're saying that there's stuff you would have figured out in that time.
Yeah.
That it doesn't make sense that you've got to this stage and you still don't know.
That's it. And anyway, so as it goes and it sort of ends, the ending let me down a little bit because, again, we talk about these consistency things, don't we? Where I say, like, everything all through them, everything goes starts off this. You say, oh yeah, okay, and then it's like that's not consistent with what would happen. That's not what would happen. There's no way that would possibly happen. Why would all the way through this movie you've got this thing, this conflict, and it's like what? So anyway, yeah. But I have to say, back to it. I know we're short on 5 minutes. I have to say, I did quite enjoy it. I quite enjoyed the action thing. I mean. And what was really interesting was the theme music. It was like, and it was. I thought, God, who's that? I recognise that, and it was John Carpenter. Yeah. So I saw John Carpenter did. So that sort of cheered me up a little bit because I'm a big John Carpenter fan. He did a Stephen King adaptation, didn't he? Christine, which gets panned as one of his Christine about the car, the 1958 Plymouth Fury. Yeah. And I really enjoyed that, but a lot of people didn't like that. And I got a feeling this is going to be the same thing. People may not like this, but I didn't mind it. I quite enjoyed it. And
Okay. So other people don't matter, Shaun. We don't care about them. We care about you.
That's it.
And we care about you, and we care about what you thought. So what did you think?
Well, I had enough in it to enjoy it. I mean, maybe my expectations were very low when I went to see it. But on the whole, I really enjoyed it, so it gets a solid 3 for me. I'll give this one a 3.
Oh, he gives one a 3. Which,
and it was because of the start and the end. I had those issues again with the consistency in movies.
Well, the truth is, I wasn't expecting anything more than that from this. I wasn't expecting anything more than that, and I'm kind of surprised that they've made this film.
Yeah.
I'm like, why this film? Why of all the Stephen King stories, of all the ones that have been made before, how did you land on this? How did you land on this and say, okay, we're going to do this one again?
But they did it with Pet Sematary, didn't they? They did it with Pet Sematary. And
Well, no, it makes sense because there's people who are still having nightmares about that. So it I could understand why they did that. But Firestarter, they've remade it but they've given it a big kind of like, we're back in cinemas. Come watch this thing. And it's not like let's say like a Stephen King adaptation like Gerald's Game, which they made but was on Netflix, which is a very good film. But anyway, I've been told off. We know I have been told off on YouTube for reviewing other films in the review of another film. So this is about Firestarter. That's what we're talking about. So 3 stars for Firestarter.